And then, of course, we go into the Soul Signal Foundations, and that's where you're going to find the first tool. You can watch the little videos here. And then there is this button right under the video that says Foundation Tools. And in all of the sections in the Soul Signal Foundations here, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to find a very similar button to go to the tools, or the first set of tools, which is this app. So ta-da! This is the first tool app. I will probably rename some of these just so that it's a little bit clearer, but it does say Soul Signal Brand Plan right up here at the top. Welcome back, Lindsay. So the first thing you want to do is go to this blue banner here, or go to the My Profile link on the left-hand side menu, the second one down, and you want to complete your profile. So you fill out the profile, or fill out as much of it as you can, right? Because some of the tools after this are going to help you define it more. So just fill in what you can, fill in the basics of the profile. And of course, at the bottom, don't forget to save your profile. And then you just start down the list of these links here on the left. And you go through the chats with the specific agents for each type of thing. And you then save your summaries. See, my count's messed up on this, but you'll see what I mean. So each one is a different thing, a different chat for a different reason. It'll help you do different things within your brand plan in a sequential way. And then you would flip over to summary, and you would save it. You see, I'm not exactly sure what happened because this is an old session and I messed things up on my account. But you want to go through all 4 things and make sure you have, all the documents, and you want to make sure that once you have that whole thing completed, all those 4 sections, that you just pull it into one doc that you have for yourself. And you can also go, it's the second to the last link on that left-hand side menu, My Library. There might not be much in there because, again, I was just mucking around in it. All the different documents that you have generated. So you don't ever really lose all of the data. And if you don't like any particular version of things, you can always just go and, of course, delete it later. So once you have your basic brand doc done, so after those first 4 foundation tools, there's a lot of other stuff you can then play with. You can play with the messaging generator. You can play with brand voice, defining your content pillars, bio generator, the PDF compiler. So that way you can make like all one doc from all of this, and you don't have like 50 million different ones. And there's also the product designer right there, so that you can then work on your first product, the one that feels the easiest, entry point into your work. I mean, it doesn't have to be like the cheapest thing, but like for where you want to develop things, like, you have it in your head that like this has to be a foundational piece. You feel like you can knock it out in like couple weeks, a month, or something like that. So you just go into the product designer, you get all of the specs, all of the copy, all of the everything, and then you kind of just work out the pricing and how you want it to work and how you are going to attempt to sell or launch it. And of course, we can talk about all that in the Facebook group. So don't forget to use the Facebook group to ask any questions about, really implementing your natural sales process, and how that affects product design and all of that really, really good stuff. I mean, you can spend quite a bit of time in here, and as you gain more knowledge about your ideal client, you can, of course, come in and update your ideal client documents, and then regenerate the pathway to profit, to build your brand culture and the natural sales process, just to see how anything needs to shift in order to incorporate your new discoveries about your business, your brand, your people. That way you are on top of it, and you're not just like, well, I've been running this plan and now I don't know how to update. Well, this is how you update it. You go to where that falls within those 4 pillars, and you update it in there. And that way you can just generate it all again. It won't take you 3 months anymore. Once you get the process down, you can make those updates and those beautiful improvements into how you are sharing your message and sharing your mission to just the right people. Like so much quicker, so much easier. So that is one tool, right? So now we're going to flip back over to the course. And we're going to go down into the Amplify section. And a lot of this is going to get filled back out. It's just that I wanted to make sure that you guys had, that you guys had the foundational tools to start with first, and to start getting your brand vision back on track. So there is the content transmission portal. There it is. Dashboard. But again, you want to fill out the brand profile first, and you can just copy and paste things in there from your file. And then get the dashboard again so you can see all the things. So then we have a monthly core content builder. We have a real ideas and scripts builder. We have hand raising lead posts. We have teasers and invites. We have weekly authority posts. Now this is a cool little tool, right? This is almost like a journaling tool. This week has been like a tired making, running errands outside of the house, doing things I didn't expect to do kind of week, right? So I could use this chat here and I can chat with this tool about, how my week was and what I've learned from it and what it reminds me of in my business, and so forth. And then it's going to help me choose topics in step 2, and then help me write authority-based posts based on my brand's values and what I've been, experiencing in my daily life. So that way I am, I'm telling the story of my life, but from a very branded and value-based way. So going back to the dashboard, value in the comments posts. So that's when you have, just like a short sentence or two, and you can put the background on it. And then you almost put like a mini blog post down in the comments that'll help you generate that. And everything, of course, needs to be saved to your library. I mean, look at all that content. That's a lot of content. That's a lot of content. And this whole app is going to continue to be improved as we go. Again, I just wanted you guys to have something to begin to play with and think through. Well, that's and I don't want to go typing away on you in this video because we're already at like 15 minutes. But once you do see like output, the results from say like the core content creator, it'll show up here, and you will have the ability to not only save your results and each specific results, so like one post instead of like all the posts, which is what you saw in my library because I've been working with this longer than you have, so I've been fixing it as I go. You'll be able to also post them to the editorial calendar. That way you can build your weekly plan right there, just to check the flow, check and, just to see if you like it even before you post it, right? And so that, a little bit more planning can go into this if you feel like you need it, um, before, really, posting things directly to Facebook. Uh, which is all fine and dandy if you're a solopreneur, but I thought I'd throw that in there just to help you see how, it all looks on paper. Yeah, but no, there's more tools, and there is a different version of this app that I am planning with creating. Um, that's a little bit of a different take. I just don't know if that will be included in the lab or in a future kind of like mid-range product where you're really focusing on mastering your amplification, right? Because it goes a lot more into the whole sales process, and it's detailed, but it does get you spectacular results. So there we go. There you have it. Uh, Continue to check back in to the tools for any updates. I will, of course, send emails out about any updates that I do to the system. And uh, we can even work in some content creation co-working calls if everybody would like that. That way we get it done together and we can ask questions as you go and just get it done so you can get it out so people can start seeing that there's somebody out there who's already walked the path that they want to walk, and that they then get excited that they can walk it with you. All right. See you in the lab.